Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Ethan,
And I'm Marcel.
and this week we're going to be doing a review of Captain Marvel. Our channel is called To See or Not to See, where each week we will go see a movie in the theaters, and we'll leave a review of it right here on YouTube. And just a little bit about us, so we're both BYU film majors, right? And I'm studying more on like the technical side, writing, directing, that kind of thing. And
I'm more on the art side, so we kind of have like our own different sides of seeing things, especially when we go to movies. Like we both notice different things about it, and it gives us the opportunity and ability to have like a more open perspective when we have discussions about the films that we've gone and seen.
yeah, that's basically it. All right, yeah. So for this week, Captain Marvel, we went and saw that last week. What'd you think? Just general opinions.
Overall, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I think it's probably like out of the movies that we've gone and seen so far, it's probably my favorite.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't. I don't know. Like in the Marvel universe, like it wasn't like this like hugely massively important thing that happened, but also like it had a lot of good themes in it, a lot of good elements. I think it's pretty well made.
Yeah.
Like overall.
I feel like this one, the way it connects into the film, I feel like a lot of people came out of the film, at least in the theater that we came out of, a lot of people were saying that nothing really happened, this wasn't really important to the Marvel Universe. I feel like a lot of it was just tying up loose ends.
Yeah.
I think, or just like little things, like connecting little bits and things, because this is like a, spoiler alert, sorry if you haven't seen it, but this is a prequel to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you should know that, but it's a prequel to everything, so it kind of like hints at things that we've already seen in previous movies, which is kind of fun. I thought it was really fun to look at that and see all those little elements thrown in there. So just like a broad summary of the film, it's about Captain Danvers, right?
Mhm.
Carol Danvers, and she is a Kree warrior from a different planet. But we find out later in the film that she's actually human. So she came to this Earth. There's this war going on between the Kree and the Skrulls, right? Yeah. And so they're fighting, right? And the whole time, what I loved about this film is, from Guardians, we already know the Kree was the bad team, right? We already know they weren't good because you got Ronan
I
the Accuser.
completely forgot about that.
I know, right? So did
Like
I.
I realized that like when Ronan popped in there and they
Yeah.
were kind of talking to him, I was like, wait, Ronan's a bad guy.
Yep.
I'm
The
confused.
minute Ronan got in there, I was like, wait, the Kree aren't good.
Yeah,
So the whole
I was
time-
kind of like, wait.
So the whole time it makes
they're
you
bad.
you completely forget that the Kree are bad, right? And so you're just the whole time it starts off like pro Kree, right? You know, she's Kree warrior, and you're like rooting for her and her team to go and kill these Skrulls, and then all of a sudden halfway through, you know, Ronan comes in, and you're like, oh wait, they're not good, and it flips the whole script, and the Skrulls are actually the good guys, and then the Kree are actually the bad guys. But I guess I was talking to my brother, and he was saying that the Skrulls actually in the comics go back and forth between good and bad all the time. So
That
they're
makes
not
sense.
necessarily the good guys, but in
Yeah.
this film,
But
they
in this
were-
particular like moment, like
Yeah.
they're just trying to live their lives.
Yeah.
And do their own
this set
thing.
of Skrulls that are in the film were just trying to
Yeah.
their end goal was just trying to find a home, you know, so that they could be safe in, and then
Yeah.
the main Skrull was trying to reconnect with his family that was hiding out. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. It was really cool writing to make you like forget that they're bad, and then like have that huge twist in the middle. That's not really a twist, but it is because you all forget.
Yeah.
So
Like as soon as I got that little hint of it, I was like, "Whoa! Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
Like all of these things coming together, like it makes sense now.
and that's what I loved. I loved the writing of this film. I thought it was really,
Yeah, it was
really
well
good
written.
written.
Yeah.
It was because you didn't start off. It's an origin story for Captain Marvel, right? And unlike other origin stories, it didn't start off like before her powers, and then we saw her get her powers, and then it wasn't linear. You know, it didn't start here and end here.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
started,
I like
like-
how it was like sort of
It
non-linear.
started like right in the middle almost, and
Yeah.
then like stuff happened. We saw flashbacks, you know, to like what happened before.
Mhm.
We heard recordings of what happened in the previous life on Earth, and so it was
and
all
it's
over the
still
place.
also progressing to like another end
Mhm.
goal at the same time.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was still linear technically, but it also like had hints of like non-linear
Yeah.
to it.
It was just enough. Like
it was-
I feel like
It was cool.
yeah. For movies like this, like superhero movies, you want a linear movie. You don't want like super non-linear because then your audience will get super confused, right?
Yeah.
But it was just enough non-linear aspects that it kept you interested. It kept you engaged in the film.
And what really did, yeah.
Trying to guess like what's happening, what's going on, why is this relevant. And I thought all of it was relevant. I thought all the flashbacks, all the moments were pretty relevant.
Yeah, it all came together well, and I liked all the characters too.
Mhm.
Like, they were all pretty fleshed out.
Mhm. It was really fun to see Captain Marvel with Nick Fury. Like that dynamic,
Yeah,
those two like together were really fun to watch.
Him pre-eye patch and everything.
Yeah, pre everything.
Uh-huh.
Like before he even knew like the Avengers or anything.
Well, yeah, and it
So-
like he's the one that like ultimately started the Avengers too,
that's
and
how it
it's
ended,
yeah, and it's so cool. I don't know, and I know a lot of people were kind of iffy about Brie Larson as Captain Marvel,
Mhm.
but I think she did a great job.
She did pretty good.
She was a very strong, very just sure of herself, and very sarcastic character. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just liked her. I liked her a lot. I felt like she was very relatable and very real. Also, I loved that it was a little bit of a '90s throwback, and that was fun.
Yeah, the '90s throwback was really fun. Watching that computer load.
Yeah.
That was really good.
What's happening?
Yeah.
It's
I really liked Brie. I thought she did a really good job. There was a couple moments where she kind of struggled. She's not very like how do I put this? I thought she did really good, but there's sometimes like showing emotion is kind of hard for her.
like her emotional range.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was also kind of part of her character.
Yeah.
You know, she's kind of this tough wall person.
Yeah,
So.
but definitely because of that, I feel like the audience is a lot more relatable to her because she's not like this polished actress. Does that make sense?
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's doctrine or anything, but that's just what I felt. So, yeah, no, I thought she did a really good job. The one thing I did not like in terms of writing was I thought there were a lot of moments that were funny, but I thought there were a lot of moments that felt forced funny. Like they were trying to so ever since
But that's kind of like no offense,
yeah.
but that's kind of like most Marvel movies. They're
Mhm.
a little bit try hard, like ha, laugh at this joke, and it's like ha, okay, that was funny, but like you didn't have to shove it down our throat.
Yeah, there's a lot of one-liners that I'm like just a little cringy, you know.
Yeah. Puns are always
But
fun.
ever since Guardians, I feel like they've had this formula where they needed to like make every movie funny.
Yeah,
You know?
it's been extra.
Like, they
There's
can't-
been a lot of extra pressure for that since Guardians.
Like they can't just focus on. I can't remember the last time we focused. I think Captain America 2 was the last time we focused on kind of the dark side of a superhero.
I feel like the
You
first Thor was a little bit darker too.
Thor was a little bit darker, but like I just feel like Marvel. One thing DC excels at is showing kind of the dark side along with the light side of the superhero because the superhero is not always just light. You know, like they're human. You know, so they struggle with both. But I feel with Marvel, they throw so much humor into it that you don't ever get that dark side. You know, which you can't get like a complete character from it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny. There were really genuine funny moments too. It was a funny movie.
No, it was good. I really liked it.
Some of it just felt forced.
Yeah, that's fair. Technical aspects. Like, what did you notice about it? Like, technically.
It was visually stunning. I
it
think
was great.
the scenes in space, like with the warships, were really cool. Yeah, it was just your classic Marvel visual masterpiece.
Yeah,
I feel like
it was
they do really good when it comes to cinematography. Yeah, I don't know. I already talked about the writing.
The music.
Music was good.
I loved it. So many throwback
So many
songs from my childhood that I was like,
Yep.
oh, like I loved it. It was so great every time one came on.
Yeah.
That I like remember listening to like in the car as a kid or different things like that or just childhood reminiscence. It was great. It was fun. I loved it.
Oh yeah, I was talking with Professor Kimball that about.
She's the best BYU film
She's
teacher.
amazing.
No
Amazing.
offense to other ones, you're all great, but Kimble is the best.
Yeah, so we were talking after class last week. You weren't there, unfortunately, but we were talking about Captain Marvel, and
Thanks for calling me out on skipping class.
well, no, she already knew you weren't there because we were talking about it. She's like, I wanted to know her opinion.
I'm a good student.
She's a great student.
I'm a good student. I was sick.
Okay, but she was like, I want to know her opinion on it, and I was like, why? Because she brought up the point that she didn't like Captain Marvel's outfit, her wardrobe. She thought it was. I agreed with her. She thought. I mean, I kind of pointed out that it kind of felt Captain America-esque.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't really original.
Mm-mm.
So to Captain Marvel, it didn't. So I don't know. Like, did you have a problem with her wardrobe, like art wise?
Not initially, but when she changed colors, I did feel that way too. That was kind of the first thing that I thought was like, it's too Captain Marvel. I mean, sorry, it's too Captain America.
Yep.
And I was just, I was kind of bummed about that. Also, I was bummed by the inconsistency of her hair being messed up.
Mm-hmm.
There were times when the hair people would recognize, oh, her hair should be messed up right now because she's fighting, or she just got out of this fight, or she, the end credits scene, she comes back and her hair's a total disaster because she's been fighting for like ever. But there were a lot of times, like mid-fight scenes, that I was like, I would have just ratted it out just a little bit more. Maybe giving her like a couple scratches or like something, But like, I wasn't like fully satisfied with her disruptive look until the end credits scene, where she comes back and you can tell actually that she's tired, that she's been fighting and things like that. Because most of the other times, like, I'm just like, does she just carry a wand around with her? I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. Maybe that's part of her suit. I don't know. There's a lot of technology in there, but no, I was kind of disappointed. Also, her hair, I'm going to be really annoying for a second. The style of curls that her hair is in is very, like, 20 teens. That's not how people did their hair in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Well, she's not from. I mean, so she was born right in like. I think she left her planet in 1989, right? She left Earth in 1989.
Yeah.
And then 6 years later, 1995, she comes back. So and all she knows is the 6 years on Kree. So it's not Earth 90s, it's Kree 90s. So
yeah, but like when you look at the Kree style, no one else has features. Their hair isn't done like that. It's all very sort of alien and different. Mm-hmm. Alien.
Well, so that was the other thing I was going to talk about. So
Kimble
was talking about, she's showing us some of the comics drawings. So I don't really read the comics for Marvel, so I didn't know this, but Captain Marvel had like short hair, like punk rock, like punk.
Oh, like pixie cut.
Yeah. And so she was talking about that. It would have really cool if they would have done that in the film.
I wonder if Brie Larson maybe wasn't cool with that, because sometimes that happens, especially with female actresses, because there's so much pressure on female women to be like what is currently like pleasing visually, that it's hard sometimes for like makeup and hair people to get what they want and to like go with sort of like the, like, what would you call it, like the pretext of whatever you're basing something off of, like if you're trying to stick more to what the original idea is, because that might not be what's popular with the actual actress at that time. And so she felt insecure about having pixie cut or something like that. So, I don't know. It's always kind of a bummer when that happens. But also I understand it, because pressure on women for physical attractiveness is ridiculous and unfair. But also, Captain Marvel was good about feminism. It was good. I approve. Lots of strong women characters.
Yeah.
Like, she and her best friend, they're both just these very strong women. And it's great. I loved it. And I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was really cool to see, a strong female superhero. I just don't think we get that enough. I mean, we have Wonder Woman and now Captain Marvel. I think that's it, right? And I thought it was really good to see. I think we need more of it. I think we need more strong female actresses to play kind of this superhero fantasy role.
I think Gamora is under
Gamora,
she's
yeah.
forgotten about too often.
Well, she's like, I mean, obviously,
But she's not like a main
is
person.
the Chris Pratt's obviously the main actor, but
And he's
what I liked about this movie too is they had Nick Fury and they had like her captain of the Kree in there, but they didn't overpower her like in terms of like acting. You know, like it wasn't. I was kind of afraid that at the beginning, once Nick Fury got introduced, that it would be really focused on Nick Fury, and then we kind of lose Brie, and I was like, I don't know, I was a little worried.
Don't do that.
But yeah, but they like focused on her, they stayed on her, and I thought
they did
Nick
a really great job.
and her captain added to her character rather than distracted.
I love her and Nick Fury's relationship.
That was really
I think you kind of mentioned that like just a minute ago.
Yeah.
But like it was so good. They're both so sassy to each other. It's just I don't even know how to like explain it. Like they just go back and forth. Like it's like a game of tennis but with sass, and it's great. Like,
I'm just upset that we haven't
forth.
seen it more. Like
I know.
it would have been so much fun to watch her in like the Avengers. Like I guess we'll see her in this next one, but like I don't know. Where has she been?
I'm so interested to see
know.
how her character is gonna like interact with the Black Widow, because they're both such strong like women, but like Black Widow's so much more broody, and she's just very outspoken and sassy and sort of playful. And I feel like they might butt heads a little bit, but also they would either butt heads or be best friends, and like just. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I hope that they have like a relationship on some level or another, and that they're not just kind of there in the background.
I agree. Yeah, I thought Captain Marvel was great. I thought it was a lot better than what people were saying. Like it got like a 62% by the audience on Rotten Tomatoes, which
By the audience?
yeah, like I don't understand. Like
What did Rotten Tomatoes give? What did the critics
the
give?
critics gave it a 79. Which I agree more with the
Yeah,
critics.
I
I think it was 80, 85. Like, I thought it was really good. I thought it was one of the better Marvel movies.
Yeah, I loved it.
And I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand why people didn't like it. But
People can't.
I would say for sure that if you're, obviously if you like the Marvel series, you must see it. Like,
I think it's a must.
You can't not
For
see
sure.
it. But if you're not, I even think if you're not even in like the Marvel series, I think this is a must see too. I think it's fun. It's entertaining. It's visually stunning. It has really good elements and themes. And I thought it was all around. I thought it was executed very well. I thought it was definitely one of the better movies that have come out this year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I completely agree. It's absolutely a must see.
Yeah.
It on pretty much every level. Like visually, it was great. The sound was great. The costuming, hair, makeup, like the sets, the scenery, the motorcycle.
Yeah.
All of it. Like it was great. It was so fun to watch. It was so good. It was well written. Yeah, must see for sure. Yeah.
All right, what did you guys think? Do you think Captain Marvel's a must see? Let us know in the comments below. Next week we're gonna go see 5 Feet Apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if you leave a different movie in the comments, maybe we go see that instead. Please.
He doesn't want to
I
go
wouldn't
see it,
wanna go see
which
it.
is rare because
But-
usually he's the one that loves chick flicks, and I usually hate
I don't
them.
love chick flicks.
Yes, you
I
do.
think there are good chick flicks out there.
He really
but just,
enjoys
this one looks
chick flicks.
way too sappy. Like,
But it's Cole
way
Sprouse.
too- Okay, that doesn't help me.
He hates
I'm
Cole
sorry.
Sprouse.
I don't hate Cole
understand.
Sprouse.
You
But
do
saying
too.
Cole Sprouse is in the movie doesn't I don't need to go see that.
It makes you want to see it less.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I don't hate him, but yeah.
he's great. Team Cole.
All right, 5 Feet Apart next week. Thanks for watching, guys.